My name is Albert Marshall, and I am from the Moose Clan. And I am from Mi'kmaq, but I do reside in a community called Eskik-Ornawagi here in Cape Breton. I only reside there, but I am from Mi'kmaq and Wabanaki Confederacy territory. How can we empower each other and collectively bring forth the uniquenesses that we have as Aboriginal people have, and put those and weave those into the current education system without begging, without asking, but in a good way. Because unless these two knowledges are weaved together, we will continuously talk about how different, what's good for us and what's good for you. You see, we have to negate this idea that there can't be two worlds, but let's find a way how to walk together in this one world, again, mutually respecting the uniquenesses that we bring forward, so that our efforts will not only benefit this generation, but also will benefit the next 7 generations. Kinu is such a rich concept. Kinu does not only imply for all the two-legged, but it really reinforces this idea that we're all interconnected, interrelated with everything that's alive. We are very part of this wonderful creation. And we are not a superior being, but rather just a small part and parcel of this wonderful creation. But we have something that no other relative of ours has, and that's the mind. And that mind can be used to manipulate or to enhance or to be innovative or not to take any action. And part of our reconciliation now, I think, has to be by reflecting into the past, of allowing of this wonderful energy that humans have been given. And in a lot of cases, it has not been used in a very productive and effective way. And now, for us to begin to reflect and use that mind again and develop knowledges and tools to mitigate and to restore, mitigate the harm that we have caused to our source of life, and mitigate the relationship that have been broken through our actions. That has to be our ultimate objective. And that's what I am trying to express my gratitude for giving the opportunity to be able to say those things. I suppose we can say that concept, we use that concept, but not in a similar fashion. We didn't use that concept of tourism to enhance my physical well-being, but rather my spiritual well-being. And it also helps me to come up with a constructive way as to how I want to spend my leisure time. Not just entertain me cognitively or physically, but also to enrich my spirituality. And that can only be done when you expose yourself to the marvels of nature. If we can somehow put those two together, the marvels of nature and the marvels of accomplishments of humanity, with some of the legacies that they have left, either through architecture or through transforming our natural world into something, you know what I mean? If those two can come together, I believe, then I think we could be not just much more successful, but much more effective. Because we're not just going to create opportunity for the ones that need it, that economic opportunity that everyone needed, but we can also help everyone to maintain and to fulfill their inherent responsibilities. And that is that collectively and individually we will be cognizant the impact of our actions, environmentally as well as socially. Our first contact happened in 1369 in Country Harbor, in which we didn't know who these people were. All we knew is they were non-Mi'kmaq, and they were white, with facial hairs. They were welcomed because they have that prerogative to come from one part of their house and go into the other part of their house. But each one that was geographically placed in this house had this inherent responsibility of ensuring that the impact of their actions will never abrogate or negate the integrity of the area. And it's the inherent responsibility of each and every one to remind everyone that if you want to come and live in our geographical area, our part of our home, these are the responsibilities that you have to live up to. That every action you take cannot compromise the integrity of the action. That every action you take among other people, it's got to be harmonious. And since we're human beings, we have brains. If we cause harm, then we have to somehow find a way how to bring that back into balance again. If we cause harm to the nature, we got to mitigate that nature. If we cause harm to other human beings or other creatures, we have to. We have a word that's called abiksiktuan. It could imply forgiveness. Yes, it means forgiveness. But the essence of it means you got to bring everything back to balance again. And that's, we humans have this prerogative to use our minds any which way we want to. And we also are taught that if you can get away with it, you don't have to be accounted for. You don't have to be accountable. But in our culture, it's just the opposite. Every action that you take, if it's a negative reaction, you got to be held accountable. So, again, why can't we and how can we begin this different mindset that we all need each other? And how have we forgotten that every living thing is going to be subjected to be somehow at some time in their lives being capacitated physically, cognitively, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you get caught on this individualistic mode, you got a big problem. Who's going to look after you and your family? But wouldn't it be much more expedient to move into this collective mode in which at any point in your life you become incapacitated? All you have to do is get better ASAP. Your physical, your cognitive, your emotional, and your spirit will be looked after by the community. Yes, We might be alluding to a perfect world, but I say, why not? Well, I just would like to say I'm deeply honored to be given the opportunity to share some of the stories that have been passed on to me from my ancestors and from my elders and from all the wonderful people that I have left in my journey, and for giving me and for the female energy that was gifted to me from my mother and from all my females with their female energy, to be able to be the conduit in which other people could hear of what we're trying to share. So with that, I say, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to continuously be a conduit for those knowledges and wisdoms that have been shared with me, especially from the female energy. And I also would like to express my appreciation that to my late wife, Merdina Marshall, that really gave me the foundation and the encouragement to bring forth the points that others can benefit from, to whatever form that you may come up with. So with that, I say again, walalio, miigwech.
Ego igande ha ego gwandu dana he ego igande he